All right, what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of Kinda Isolated, where I have a very special happy hour with a very special guest, Garrett Warren here. Make some noise, everybody.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, Garrett, some of you guys might not know this guy. Why is this guy here? Well, this guy is a savant in a lot of things. A stunt man, a stunt coordinator, a director, an all-around rad dude. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Do you remember how we first met?
I do. Well, you mean the video that we did together?
Yes.
Oh, we did a movie called Bap You. Or not movie.
Hey, I mean, it was kind of a movie.
It was. I loved it. It was a music video called Bap You. It was one of the most fun times of my life. It was a passion project. You know what I mean? It was a work of love. And we just went around bapping idiots.
Yes.
With rubber bats.
If you haven't seen it, the Bap You music video for my song Bap You, this guy directed, came up with the concept, and it's been one of the most talked about videos for me. And the other video that you did that's always talked about is a video called Shut It Down, a song I did with Dylan Francis, and that was really fun. We got to employ your stunt skills a lot in there, coordinating, and it was awesome. Do you remember how that was?
Oh, it was awesome. Are you kidding me? Dylan Francis was hilarious. So were you. You guys came outside and were like, we were trying to do a take on Office Space.
Right.
And you guys were like the dorkiest nerds that possibly could be, and you guys were being kept down by all your other employees.
Yeah.
And we even had the TPC, is it TCP report? Anyways, the TPS reports. That's what it was. And we even had things that said that on it, so it's a complete nod to Office Space, the movie. And then in it, we also had Casper Van Dien go through an actual glass window, tempered glass. We had special effects blow
from Starship Troopers fame.
Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome. What a legend. See, now we gotta do the next one.
I think so too. I think we have to do something that's even better. We have to do something crazier.
I think we can. I mean, this album I have coming out right now is ripe for it. It's gonna be great.
I actually wanted to, and I even talked to Ryan, a long time ago. I wanted to actually take Bap You even further, and this time I wanted to put it into like a hyper real world, almost like The Raid. And I wanted you and the other Bap You guys to like kill people viciously and like go through this whole place and like have to rescue someone at the top and then get back out while this song is going on.
So we could do like Bap You 2?
Yeah. And this time
the sequel, Bap You the sequel. Yeah, I love that. Well, I almost forgot. This is a show where we do have some cocktails. You have a cocktail that we're gonna have in the second time around, but this first one is one that I picked, and this is a Paloma.
Oh.
You like Palomas? You like tequila?
I do. I love tequila.
Let's try it out real quick. Let's see how it is. We'll do some ASMR sipping. This is for the people listening to the podcast.
Oh, that's nice. That's really good.
That was really good. Have you done voiceover work before?
No, but I always watch it on SNL when they talk and they do like this and they say, "Hi, how are you? It's good to talk to you like this."
Wow, that's really refreshing.
Oh, that's damn good. I'm gonna take one more. I'm sorry.
So tequila is my favorite drink, and I always try to find a way where I can include tequila in this show. But I'm gonna eventually run out of tequila drinks. But there's a lot more to do. So
shots are always good, man. I'll always do shots of tequila, and this is a tasty beverage.
Well, that's good. That's what I like to hear around here. So outside, what are you working on right now?
Well, the film I'm prepping right now is God is a Bullet.
Okay.
I had just finished working for 4 years on the Avatar sequels, and I can say that because they've already posted that online. So I'm not allowed to divulge a whole lot because I signed NDAs, of course, but I did those sequels for 4 years, and now I've moved on to doing Nick Cassavetes, the director that did Alpha Dog, John Q, The Notebook. He's doing a movie called God is a Bullet, based on a novel that was amazing by a writer named Boston, and I'm from Boston, so it's kind of wild.
Okay.
And it's about this Charles Manson type cult out in Barstow, the Bakersfield kind of area. And these people just do horrific things. And, it's about this dad who loses his daughter to this cult who's a cop. And he winds up enlisting the help of another, one of the members that was in the cult and got away. And she helps him get his daughter back.
I'm ready. I'm in. I'm already in for it. Do we know, where's it coming out on, like Netflix, or do they have a distribution deal yet?
No, I haven't heard anything about distribution, but I mean, look, Nick Cassavetes has always done amazing films that not only go to, great avenues, but also go to the theaters. And hopefully by the time this is done, we'll have theaters back again. We'll be able to go back there.
Let's hope. Fingers crossed. So how was it? I mean, you mentioned Avatar earlier, and obviously, I think without asking for anything spoiler-wise, how was that experience? I mean, for the last 4 years, you said, of your life, you've been doing that? I mean, yeah, as long as I've known you, I feel like you've been talking about the Avatar sequels.
Yeah, yeah. It's been amazing. First of all, to take into consideration that what he did was groundbreaking on the first one, and now he's also doing something again that is groundbreaking. And if you guys all follow anything that's online about Avatar, and you guys have looked at some of the posts, you guys will see what he's done. And it really has been a technological advancement from the first one. Kind of hard to believe, but
Right.
man, what he's done is unreal. I can't tell exactly what goes on and how he did it and so forth, but it is better than the first one. I think so. And the first one was fantastic.
Right.
This story is amazing. What he did with the story and the characters, absolute genius. I also think that the technology with the new 3D that he's doing and the way that he's capturing it and the technology he has created for this is far superior to what we did before.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So how has it changed for you just in terms of what you do on every day on set in terms of, because I know that this one's a lot of underwater, right? So how has that changed like stunts or, I mean, how you work?
It's water is the same thing as children and animals. It always slows everything down.
Okay.
So anytime you are working with anything in that realm,
Yeah.
it's going to take a lot longer. And so what we might think is going to take us, say, 3 months, you might as well make it 6 months because it's a completely different beast once you go underwater and you have to have someone hold their breath. And it's not easy to film, but we did an amazing job. And Jim just knows water like no one else. Don't forget, he dove the Mariana Trench and went further than any human being in a submersible that he designed.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He's setting the bar. I mean, that's wild. But has it altered the way that you had to approach like you or your team? I mean, have you guys all had to do, breath training and like all that kind of stuff, I'm assuming?
Yeah, all the actors, they did have to go to free driving training and have to get like some kind of breath hold experience. And I know that they've already talked about this. John Landau, the producer, and Jim Cameron did make some kind of interviews before about this, and they've released the fact that, the actors excelled. I'm not going to say their names. I'm going to keep myself out of that world. But, the actors excelled
Right.
at what they did. And my stunt people, they were already good. I kind of cheated. I went out and got people that were professionals, people that were actually like world champions. And, they went down and they were like, free divers that were already doing it. And I also got a bunch of Cirque du Soleil people from like the O show and, from people over there doing that kind of thing where they have to hold their breath. And there were these synchronized swimmers already, even Olympic synchronized swimmers. And we used them.
Wow. Well, there you go. So, okay. So you just throw them in there and they can just figure it out.
Absolutely. Cheers to my underwater team. You guys are amazing.
Cheers to the underwater team.
Yeah, we kept filming, and then these guys were amazing. No one would pass out. Nobody would have a problem. And I got a good story, actually. Hold on.
That's what we're here for. Let's hear it. Yeah, maybe down some more of those. Yeah.
So, at one point, you start talking to people and you say, okay, this is what you want done underwater, and, how come it's not happening? And you keep telling them, during a sequence, it has to look like this. And they're like, okay, it's not that easy, All right, forget it. And I put the suit on, and I get underwater, and I try to do the move myself, and I couldn't do anything, And so, I got up out of water, and I was like, you're right. You can't do it. Let's forget it. Let's do something else, So what you think you can do and what you think you see, like you see these James Bond movies with these underwater fight sequences or people doing stuff, and then you realize, no, it's not that easy, and you have to do something to, help aid them when they're doing their action. And it was really hard, man.
That's wild. It always makes me think of, it's kind of flipping the story a little bit, but like Tom Cruise always blows me away. The guy, whatever you think about him, that guy is an absolute, he's so dedicated to what he's doing. The stunts, and he does all his own stunts.
He's amazing. Yep.
Have you worked with him before?
I did. I've done 2. I did Mission Impossible. I did Mission Impossible 3. I also did War of the Worlds. And I have to admit, not only is he one of the most professional people in the world, but he's super nice. He was super nice to me. He was, he'd come in, know everyone's names. What's your name, Dylan? Okay, nice to meet you. Oh, Ryan, oh, nice to meet you. Oh, Madison, nice to meet you, And he would know all their names. There was another actress actually, Drew Barrymore, when I was doing Charlie's Angels. She was the same way. She learned 2 dialects of Chinese to be able to speak to the Chinese crew that were there doing the fight stuff. And then she would also know everyone else's names and my kids' names. Oh, is your daughter Kyla okay? I heard she was a little sick. I got her a toy. Oh, she is the greatest, and so is Tom. And there's a lot of other people I've worked with that are that good, but those guys really stood out.
How did you get into, how did you actually get into stunts and whatnot?
So, I didn't want to be an actor or a stunt person at the time. I was actually going to school at Northeastern University to be a physical therapist and a sports medicine minor. And A buddy of mine called me up. He had a gym in California. And I said, all right, I'll come out and help him, get this gym going. And when I got here, I personal trained like Wayne Gretzky and a lot of like celebrities and so forth. And while that was happening, a bunch of producers said, hey, you've got some amazing skills. And I was also doing a lot of martial arts. I was, doing like competing in the world championships for Taekwondo. I was doing Muay Thai, things like that. And they said, why don't you come out to Hawaii? We're doing a TV series called The Raven. Now, The Raven is a really far-fetched TV series. And it had Jeffrey Meeks as the Raven. You guys don't know him very much, but, he was in like one of the original Mortal Kombat TV series. And then it also had Lee Majors. Now, I don't know if you guys at home know who Lee Majors is, but Lee Majors was the Bionic Man, and come on. If you knew that when you were a kid, because I had his lunchbox, and it was amazing. And he would run around going, na, 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 and he'd jump in there, na, 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 and things like that, right? So the Bionic Man was super important to me as a kid. I had his action figure and everything. And so I got on the show, and I was starstruck, and I was like, oh, man, this is amazing. And the show is based upon the fact that there's a white ninja, a man who's this Caucasian guy, and he escaped this ninja clan in Japan, and he's come to Hawaii to find his son.
Okay.
And I was doubling him, and I looked about as close to him as you do. We don't look at all like this guy. He has big, thick, dark hair, and I have no hair whatsoever. So they were putting a wig on me and everything, and I was doing all these martial arts kicks and stuff, and that's how I learned how to get in the business. They taught me how to do it for 2 seasons in Oahu, Hawaii.
See, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yep.
And then the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Now, name off some of the movies for all the people that haven't already IMDb'd you that you've been a part of.
I've done things like Divergent, Lincoln, Tintin, Beowulf, Alice in Wonderland with Tim Burton, of course Avatar, The Losers, X-Men, Transformers, yada yada.
That's a long list. It's a very impressive list.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, do you remember? This is a random question for you. Do you remember the time when you surprised me in Atlanta?
Dude, it was the best thing ever. I loved it. Oh my gosh! So I'm in Atlanta shooting a film, and you guys called me up saying, "Hey, we're going to be there. Can you come and film it?" So I did. I filmed it, and it's at this thing called it's World of Color, not World of Color.
Life in Color.
Life in Color, yes, which was dope because you spray water, you spray, what is it? Paint.
Yes, paint
on the crowd.
Yeah.
And they go nuts. They're like, yes, do it again. You're like, okay. And you guys shoot paint at these people. So I thought it was one of the best experiences watching that. And then your manager, Ryan, tells me, okay, it's his birthday, so we're going to surprise him with a cake. And I said, okay, great. This is fantastic. Let's do it. And so I got my girl, to bring the cake out. And I remember when you were doing it, at the end of it, we brought you down there.
Yeah.
And we were filming it and everything like that. And, we're like, hold on, wait. And you were done.
Yeah.
You were leaving the stage.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know this at home or not, but when he's done, he's done. He's getting off the stage, and he's not waiting for anything. So when he got off, I was like, hey, wait 1 second. We have to bring you down front. You gave me the stink eye. You're like, what do you mean? No, I'm good. Let's get out of here. And I'm like, no, hold on. We bring him down there, and we bring this cake out, and it was the best thing ever. We hit you with it and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was great. But I'm talking about, do you remember what happened after that?
I didn't know we were going to talk about that stuff.
Oh, we're talking about it.
All right. Yeah, I do.
No, this is how I really bonded with Garrett.
Go ahead.
No, I want you to, but because we had the show Life in Color. And we didn't bring this up earlier, but you are a big dance music fan. You love dance music. That's how we originally bonded. It's awesome. He goes to all the shows. This guy's a legend. And with your wonderful wife as well.
Thank you.
And so we were there. We were in Atlanta, and like you said, I was by myself on the road. So I thought, birthday on the road, whatever. So we had a good the show was amazing. Fans were awesome. I was going back. We did the whole cake thing, and then you're like, oh, I'm taking you to the strip club. And if you don't know anything about Atlanta, they've got great strip clubs there. Now, this is the part I don't remember. What was that strip club called? And I remember a few things about it. I remember it had the best fried chicken I've ever had in my entire life.
Yes, it did.
Yes.
What
was it called?
Okay, Cheetahs.
Cheetahs. That's right. That's right.
But
shout out Cheetahs.
Shout out to Cheetahs. You do. Cheers.
Cheers to Cheetahs.
That is the most amazing food. It's like 5-star.
Yes.
I just spilled on myself. That's how bad this is. All right. So yes, We went to Cheetahs, but before we went to Cheetahs, where did we go?
Wait, did we go to Magic City?
We did go to Magic City.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
All right.
Shout out Magic City too.
So we went to Magic City, and if any of you guys know what Magic City is, it's a strip club, but we were definitely standing out.
I think we were the only white people in there.
Okay, good. We said that. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So
It was awesome.
we go into this place, and we look around, and as soon as we go in, did you guys ever see the movie Animal House?
Yeah.
And when those white guys walked into that bar, they all stopped, and the music went, eh,
Yeah.
and they all looked.
Yeah.
That happened to us.
Hey,
The whole place, even the strippers went and looked at us for one moment.
we were just there to have a good time.
Yes, and then we went to Cheetahs afterwards because someone told me it was great. Anyways, we went there. We went there, and you had this,
No, you and Madison were like locals. They knew you by name and everything.
you had a great steak as well, and then they were playing your songs, and we were like, yes, they're playing your songs.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. All I remember is literally being told to eat fried chicken in a strip club, and it was the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life. While I'm on my birthday, we're lots of drinks deep, so I'm feeling weird. I'm looking up, I'm seeing buttholes in front of me, and then I'm here eating delicious fried chicken and enjoying a meal with you guys. So that was a great experience. I mean, I remember it fondly.
It's one of my favorite things, and I didn't know we could talk about it on this show, and I'm glad we did.
We can talk about anything in this
show. And let me
show.
just say that right now, honestly, it warms my heart. It was beautiful. I had the
Cheers.
greatest time.
That
Cheers
was
to
amazing.
you.
That's our amazing Atlanta story. So that was one of my best birthdays I had in Atlanta, and that's all thanks to you.
I appreciate that.
I have dreamt of that fried chicken since.
So, dude, so do I. To this day, we would go back there just to get the food. And trust me, girls, you guys are absolutely gorgeous there. They are some of the most pretty girls in the world there, but forget it. I'll climb over those girls to get to the fried chicken, the green beans, and the dessert. You're like, excuse me. Here's a tip. Go away.
But that's what's so funny. I remember you bringing it, and you're like, no, just trust me. Just trust me. The food's so good.
Yeah.
So now, hey, Cheetahs, we better get a sponsorship for this.
Dude.
Yeah. My manager's in the room. Let's get a Cheetah sponsorship. Yeah. We'll start plugging them in every show. You also, when I was reading up more about you, obviously I know you, but I didn't know the deep dive,
Okay.
You have almost died twice on set.
There's a go on. You know two of them. All right. Because most people know about the one, which is I got shot.
Like, right?
Yep. And
So, people that are probably watching, they might not have any idea, so you might need to do a little backtrack on that.
Okay.
If you're comfortable.
Oh, I'm completely comfortable.
Oh, okay.
I've talked about it many times. I did a Dateline special on it. So, all right. So the first time I almost died. Let me go back to that one first. Let me address that one. It was on a movie set. I was doing a movie called Chill Factor, and I was in Moab, Utah, and I was on a motorcycle, and we were doing what's called a near miss. I don't know why they don't call it a near hit, to be honest with you, because a near miss means it would hit you. Well, anyways, it literally was a near miss because I got hit. I was on a motorcycle doing 45 next to an ice cream truck, and I'm supposed to be trying to shoot Ski Ulrich, and 18-wheeler comes at me head on, and I pull down and go to my out, which is onto the side over here, but the 18-wheeler got spooked because I waited till the last minute, and it also moved to the side, hit me head on, ripped my leg apart, because I was leaning to the side to get out of the way of the truck, and my right knee went right into the front headlight, and, hit like 60 feet far away from it into the desert, hit the ground. From what I understand, they used, they had to bring me back, because I was dead, and,
You mean your body went 60 feet?
Yeah, it hit me and threw me 60 feet into the desert. And, I'm sitting there on the ground after these guys try to revive me using, the paddles and stuff like that. And I can tell you that this is what happened. All right. As soon as I hit the truck, I don't remember. I remember taking off on the motorcycle. Okay. I remember seeing the ice cream truck. I remember this vividly. And that's it. I don't remember anything else after that. But I do remember that as soon as that happens, I woke up in my bed, in my home, in Massachusetts, when I was trying to get up to go to 8th grade school in class, and my mom was there, and she's like, Garrett, you gotta get up, it's time to go to school. And I'm going, oh man, was my whole life just a dream? I thought I dreamt all about the movies I had done, all the fighting I had done as a martial art. I thought I dreamt all of that. So I was trying to, I was waking up, and then she disappeared, and it was nothing but this bright white area, and there was these figures in front of me talking to me, and they weren't saying anything. But they were talking to me, and I understood what they were saying. And they were saying to me that it was going to be fine, and you're loved, and that this world is beautiful, right? And I was like, this is fantastic, and I didn't want to get up. I was so cozy and I was so happy and I was so warm where I was. I was like, this is great. I don't want to leave. And then all of a sudden I heard this incredible sound, and it was weird. It was like hitting me in the head without hitting me in the head. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then have you ever like closed your eyelids and looked up at the sky and seen like figures dancing in front of that? That all of a sudden took over, and I saw these figures dancing in front of this thing. And then I wake up and my eyes are looking up at the sky, and I'm like, nope, I didn't dream it. It's real. And here I am looking up at the sky on the desert. Oh, I got hit by the truck. Shit. I was like, how bad is the bike? And they're like, forget the bike. Your fucking knees all over the ground over there. They're picking up pieces of me, putting it on an ice chest. And I was like, oh, man. I thought, listen, if you get me the other bike, I can finish this shot. And like, you ain't finishing shit. We're sending you to a hospital. There's a helicopter coming in. You're being airlifted to Colorado. You're going to get fixed and picked up. And, you almost died.
So after an out-of-body experience with your knee shattered, you still wanted to keep going to get the shot. Anything for the shot.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Well, that is... I just got tickled by this plant. That's wild. That's a ridiculous story.
Yep.
But hold on. Before we go on to the next one, that's a crazy story, the out-of-body experience, because I've only known one other person in my life that's had an experience like that, and it was my uncle. He got knocked out while he was surfing. He went down to the bottom of the ocean, and he got revived on the beach, and he remember, kind of what you hear going above himself and looking down. But that's so interesting because it was not, what he explained. It wasn't anything like what you explained. That's so interesting.
Dude, that's wild. I mean, I love hearing these stories.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. I did a movie afterwards called Miracle from Heaven, right? And it was all about this girl. And it's a true story how she fell down this tree and she died and had the same kind of experience. I did it because I had to. I was so close to the story.
So do you feel like that you were encountered by actual beings, or what would you, in terms of how you feel, do you have an explanation for what you think it is?
So here's my take on it. Science is always going to take over. You're always going to have science say to you, okay, it's your neurons, firing off. It's your brain. It's things like that. And so of course you're right. There's an explanation that could have said that it wasn't a heavenly presence, it was my brain. But I'm going to tell you right now, my sister passed away, God rest her soul, when I was like 10 years old. And I'm telling you, I thought that it was my sister I was talking to. I thought that she was the one that was there. I don't think that I'm here because of any other reason than my sister pulled some strings for me. And I think that she was there saying something to me, saying like, it's not your time. You got something else you have to do. You go back. I got you. And I think that she was my bodyguard.
It's amazing. Well, he's out of a drink. We gotta refill. Do you want another one of this, or we got another drink coming after this? We're back, and with the magic of editing, we've just had these drinks reappear in front of us. You got your wish. You got your round two.
Cheers.
So we were continuing with Almost Dying Part 2, the sequel.
All right, so this is the big one. This is where a man comes to my house, shoots me 4 times. Tries to kill me. He's paid to kill me. He's a hitman.
This is the wildest story we'll ever have on this show, for sure. But yeah, sorry, continue.
No, it's okay. So basically, I was going through, a divorce at the time, and the police had come to me saying that they had, information that was that my ex-wife had hired a hitman to kill me. And this was 2 years after the fact. So 2 years I'd gone not knowing who had tried to kill me. I did, of course, a Dateline NBC special on this. So, not of course, but if anybody wants to know, you guys can see the whole story there and know the whole thing. But, all right. So I had just gotten my daughter for the first time after a while. And she was, an infant. So I was getting ready to go to the store to buy her milk so that I can, take care of her and get her a couple of things. My mom had come over so she could watch her so I can go to the store. And while I was putting my jacket on, my doorbell was ringing really fast. Ding, 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 ding. Like, it was really weird, And I was like, man, something's crazy. So I went over there, looked through the peephole, guys on the other side. And I said, yeah, can I help you? Through the door without it opened up. And he says, yeah, is this your car out here? Is this your Volvo in the driveway? And I said, yeah, it's my car. Didn't answer me. He kind of stood there like this with his side to me and just said, this your car over there? And didn't look at me like this. And so I then kept saying to him, that's my car. Yes, can I help you? Didn't answer me. So after saying it a couple times, I opened the door and I go, yeah, it's my car. Did you hit my car? And I opened my door. And as I did, he had a gun down by his side, a little snub-nosed revolver, and he picked it up and fired at me. First bullet hit me here in the chest. The bullet went through, and when he picked it up and did this, my natural reaction was to flinch, And as I flinched, The first bullet hit me here in the chest, went through, and is stuck and still here in my rib cage. Went right past my heart and is still here. That's the first bullet. And I look back, and the feeling of that bullet, I'm going to show you exactly how it felt. You ready?
Yeah. That's it?
That's exactly what it felt like. So I thought it was a joke. You know, so after I got shot and I did this, I was like, the fuck, is this a joke? And then all of a sudden he put the gun up again to try to shoot me in my head, and I duck. You know, all my life I've been fighting, so I literally did this just as out of reflex. And the shot hit me here in the neck. You can see there's a bullet wound right there in the neck. That little gap right there. Hit me here in the neck, came out my spine, just kissed my vertebrae. You know, so then after that, I grabbed the door and tried to close the door, and he kicks the door open and fires up my stomach and hits me here in the hip, and that one hurt like really bad. And that one like doubled me over and moved me back, and I put a hole into my wall. The whole wall was dented, and I slammed into the wall, hit the ground, and then he came over to me and he took the gun and put it right at my forehead, like execution style. And just like you just did there, I flinched, and as I flinched like this, so as he put the gun to my head, I flinched like this, and the bullet hit me here in the corner of my eye and came out my jaw right here. You can see that bullet right there.
Yeah.
So it passed right through. So as I flinched like this and the bullet came through here, it broke my eye, it ripped apart my nose, passed straight through and came out right by my ear and didn't damage anything else, but it did rip my eye. They did try to save the eye. It was like a broken egg. They stitched it up for a while. For a couple of weeks, they tried to save it in the hospital, but they couldn't, so eventually they had to cut it out. All right, so let me finish the story. 4 bullets in me. He's put one in my head, and I'm, you know, I got messed up. You know, hit me, and it was like someone just like rung my bell. You know, boom. So I grab his legs and try to cover up like this. And as he's trying to push me off and finish me off and put another bullet in my head, my mom comes around. What's that noise? What's that noise? And he's freaked. He's spooked. And he shot twice and missed her completely. Went wide. And he was out. 6 bullets. Click, click, click. So then he ran. And as he ran, I closed the door, grabbed my cell phone, and my mom says that she's the one that called. And no, it's a lie. I did. And I know that everyone keeps on trying to debate with me. And no, I did. I called 911 with my cell phone. My jaw was broken, so I was talking like this, going, yeah, I live over, and I'm telling them where I live and so forth. And my body got really calm. I was really comfortable. The last time I felt like this was when I got hit by the truck, and I was okay. And so I told my mom, I go, look, Mom, it's okay. I don't hurt. There's no pain. I love you. Just do me one favor. Take care of my daughter. You know, and she goes, you're not dying. Don't you fucking die, right? And I was like, you said the F word. And she's like, stop it. This story is not true. And she, to this day, and I'm telling you right now, this is vivid in my mind. This is not bullshit, and I know this is the truth. Because I was like, all right, I'm dying. But you said the F word. This is amazing. You know? So I was like, oh my gosh. So then as soon as she says that, she shakes my body and she goes, don't you die on me. I lost one child already. I don't want to lose another one. You better stick around. You've been a fighter all your life. You fight right now. And I go, all right, I'll hang in there. I'll fight a little bit longer. And when I did, every part of my body hurt. I was in pain. I was in so much pain. When the medics got there, I was like, please give me morphine. Please give me morphine. They can't give you morphine, of course, because if they slow your heart rate down, they could kill you because you've lost so much blood. So all they do is just give you an IV and stabilize you and put you in an ambulance, and you feel every pothole. As they're driving to the hospital, you're like, oh, everything hurts.
Yeah. See, I told you that was the most crazy story. You're a badass, man. It's insane.
I appreciate it. I know that
You're the bionic man is really what you are. Yeah,
No.
You were the living bionic man. See, he's got nothing on you. We have action figures of you.
I love it. But, you know, to Lee Majors, who is out there, I love you, man. You are the best.
Shout out Lee Majors.
Yeah. So that was truly an interesting experience. Good story.
Yes, and if you want more details, you can obviously watch the Dateline NBC on it, which I'm sure they delve. Actually, no, I've seen that, I think.
Yep.
But see, it's still like, I feel like the way that you describe it, being able to describe it the way you did, is I feel like I was there. But
yeah.
That's crazy. I always, I mean, obviously no one knows. Hopefully you never find out what a gunshot feels like. But that's crazy that you didn't feel it. I wonder if it's the shock initially.
I think so. I mean, that's what everyone said. The doctor says it's because the adrenaline is pumping through your body, because when it hits you, first of all, it was a snub nose revolver. So it wasn't like a 9mm or a 45 or anything that was a really big caliber. So it didn't really like slam through your body. But the amount of speed that goes through a bullet through your body, your adrenaline is pumping so much that you really don't feel it at first. But the one that hit my hip bone kind of like hit the bone and kissed off of it, and that one hurt like heck.
That's crazy. The fact of all the places that you got shot too, which all seemed like very lethal each spot seems like it's almost lethal.
Yeah, yeah, no, it all should have. One should have hit my brain. One should have hit my heart. One should have hit my center mass. Someone should have, hit me in the throat and the neck.
I can't believe I didn't know that he shot at your mom.
Yeah, yep. And
he's in jail though, right?
Yeah, he went to jail. My ex-wife, to this day, she says she didn't do it, and I'm not going to be the one that judges her. It's completely up to the legal system in California and the DA and so forth. And all I can tell you is that she served a little bit of time and she got out, and I'm okay with that because I have a daughter and she's a great mom, and my daughter loves her, and she's really good to my daughter.
And you're a better person than me, that's for sure. I'll cheers again to that. That's
Cheers.
wild. I don't even know how do you follow that up. Well, that's a perfect segue into drink number 2, which is your choice.
Yeah.
It's actually been a favorite on the show so far. The Moscow Mule. It's crisp. It's refreshing. It's got ginger.
Oh, yes, it does.
It's delightful, and the copper mugs. We had to do it. Let's try.
I love the copper mugs too. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh,
it's perfect. That pear vodka.
Yeah.
Damn. Now, let me just say that this is a special drink. Let's do it one more time. And I'd love to just. There is a fallen stuntman. His name is Trevor Habestat. Young kid. Really good friend of mine. God bless his soul. He passed away a couple years ago, and his favorite drink was the Moscow Mule. So this is for Trevor. Love you, brother. This drink is for you. Cheers.
For Trevor. I love that. So our second section, which we got a little off topic about, but this is called Sip or Spill. So basically, I'm just going to ask you a few questions. If you feel that anytime they're too uncomfortable, which I don't think for you, is not going to be a problem. You would then, you take a sip instead of answering if you feel uncomfortable.
All right.
Otherwise you can just drink. But
all right.
This is not too hard. But I would say, unless you've already answered it, what was the wildest stunt that you've ever done?
Ooh. I tell you what, there was one stunt on that Raven TV series that freaked me out. And it's the first one, the only one I've ever called cut on my cell phone. And that was a well that I was supposed to be thrown down. They say to me, all right, well's going to be 30 feet high. How much water do you need to fall into? I go, 30 feet? I could probably go into like 12 feet of water and be safe. All right, fantastic. I get there's 4 feet of water in this well. And there's a lip, like this hard edge, right at the bottom where the water is supposed to be encased and held into, right? And they've pulled a piece of it off so a camera can get in there and see me falling down. And they said, okay, you got to do this, right? And I look down and I go, I can't do this. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to die, right, today. And so the coordinator says, dude, we built this. You told me you could do this. I said, not 4 fucking feet of water. I stand up in the water to my waist. I'm like, I'm going to kill myself. He says, dude, we built this. You have to do this. You got to go. So I'm like, all right. He guilts me into it. I get up there. And back in the day, this is when we used celluloid. So we're shooting high-speed cameras, and it's the best thing as a stunt guy. When you hear this high-speed pitch of a camera, you'll hear they'll say roll action, and you'll hear 6 cameras all around you go zzz, and your nuts get chopped up into your chest like this, and you're like, fuck yes! And this is what stunts are all about, right? It happens no more because you're in digital world, and it's like, yeah, we're rolling, it's a card. Back in the day, you've only got so much in the film canister. You better get the stunt done now, get hit by the car now before you roll out of film. And you hear, zzz, and you're like, ah, and I jump off and I go, cut. And they went, whoa, what? You don't cut? What? No such thing as cut. You do the stunt, right? And I'm like, I'll do it. Oh, fuck me, I'm scared shitless. He's like, do the stunt, right? I'm like, I'll do it, calm down. So I don't look down this time. I get on the top of it, put my feet on the edge, and I hold myself like this. I'm looking up, going, oh, fuck me, here we go, right? And they said, roll cameras, I hear, zzz, I go, action, and I'm in my mind, I was like, I'm going to die. I'm okay with it. Had a good life. Drop, go, boom, straight through the water, hit the bottom, boom, hit my ribs, exhale, water goes in my mouth, I choke on the water. I jump up, and I go, ah, like this, and they're like, cut, you okay? And I'm like, ah. I'm alive! I'm good! I'm like checking myself. I'm like, I lived! I'm okay! And he's like, we're not doing that again. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that again.
You live the most insane life. I'm pretty sure that every story you've told has topped the last one. That's insane.
Cheers.
Well, cheers again. I mean,
all right.
Cheers to your crazy life. I'm happy we get to document this so people can understand this man. What a legend. Follow what he does. And, you know. Well, look, this has been the best episode. We are officially basically at the end here. Now,
love
before we're fully done, we like to do a thing here where we do a mystery shot.
Okay. I love that.
Now, I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. And we're about to find out. It smells, to describe the smell through the microphone, it has a waft of coffee. Yes, right?
Really?
Would you say? A hint of cocoa?
Oh, it does. Yes, it does. I love
like
coffee.
a little bit of Kahlua.
Oh.
We might get a good one this time.
Oh, I'm stoked.
All right, should we do it?
All right, I'm down. All right,
Here's to you, man. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks. I appreciate being here. I love you, brother.
Oh, that was delightful. It tastes like dessert.
Do kids still do this? Okay. Anyways,
Yes.
dude.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yes,
love
they do.
that.
Yes, they do. They raised the roof. Wait, what was that?
Can someone tell me what that shot was, please? You don't know.
Wake the Dead.
Wake the Dead.
Wake the Dead.
Espresso, tequila, and coffee liqueur.
That how ironic is that? That was like,
It's my new shot.
wait, that's serendipitous.
my new
Wake
shot.
the Dead.
It's my new
You've
shot.
been woken from the
It's my new
dead.
shot.
You've been woken from the dead.
From now on, I can see me going up to the bar and going, I'll have a Wake the Dead, please. I'll have a Wake Dead.
Wake the Dead, right? Yeah. I love it. I love it. Amazing, amazing. Wait, so real quick though, since you have this big interview tomorrow, we're all manifesting it. We already manifested it before. I want to talk about how do you feel in terms of, do you feel like this is kind of the next step for you in terms of
So yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. Going into like the actual ramifications for me emotionally about what's going on, I'm super scared. I really am, because I'm very good at what I do, and I make a healthy living at what I do as a coordinator. To take this step into that world, I'm going to have to leave that behind. I'm not going to make that money. And I've got 5 kids. They all want to go to college. I have to put a roof over their head. And I'll be honest with you and the audience, I actually am very scared. And to take that step into that world, other people have and failed. And when they do, you have, you can't go back. You know, I can't go back to being a stunt coordinator. Directors are always going to look at you like, no, he wanted to be a director and he just didn't make it. I'm not going to hire him again. So this is one of those things where, you know, I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm super nervous and I'm super scared. So yeah, this is going to be a hard one for me. But I love movies so much, I can't look back.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I'm excited for you because I think that taking that leap is going to fulfill you, you know, personally and hopefully, you know, obviously in professionally as well. But I think as artists and in people that work in the arts, I think it's important to constantly challenge yourself. And I think that I'm excited for you to take that next step. And, you know, we'll see your name up there, top of the marquee, directed by Garrett Warren.
Dude, that would be amazing. From your lips to God's ears. You know, I certainly hope that happens. And I tell you right now, honestly, I've seen you from when you were young, starting out, and I mean, you're still young, God bless you. But I mean, I've seen you from when you first started to where you are right now, and I think that the audience doesn't know this or not, but he did want to be a stuntman at one time.
No, I want to be an actor.
An actor, okay, an actor at one time, and he wanted to go out there and do like the movie industry and so forth. And he also did a great job. So I can tell you this much, and I'm going to make this promise to you. If I get my shot at the pie, you're going to be in my movie, and I hope we get you to win that Academy Award, because I want you to win a Grammy. I want you to win an Academy Award. I want you to win that Tony. I want you to win all those things. No, I'm dead serious. I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to put it out there, okay? If I do get that shot at the pie and someone gives me that movie, you're coming, you're being on it. There's one other person I owe that to as well, a really good friend of mine, Kenny Casey, who has the Dropkick Murphys. I always told him, we went to school together growing up back in Boston, and I said, if I ever get a movie, you're going to do a cameo in it. If I get a movie, you're going to do a role in it. Because I want you to land an Academy Award, and I want you to win a Grammy, and I want you to win a
maybe
Tony.
let's just get the role first.
All
But
right.
yeah. But you know, from your lips to God's ears, then.
Amen.
I love it. We'll manifest
Cheers.
that. Dude, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I love you. This is so great to catch up. We haven't seen each other in a couple of years, actually, just in person, and it's so exciting to reminisce, but also I think we're going to be doing a lot more together, and
I hope so.
excited for you. Everybody, check him out, support him. Do you have any social media to plug? Do you have any fit tees to talk about or anything?
I do. You guys can you guys can find me on Instagram at GarrettXWarren.com. Well, no, GarrettXWarren on Instagram. I do have GarrettXWarren.com as well as Garrett Warren. You can see my website there. I do a lot of personal projects and things like that. I do a lot of photography. That is my hobby. Hopefully I'll be posting a lot more things for people to see, and do a blog for people who are trying to become filmmakers.
Love it.
And yeah, look me up there.
There you go. And that's it. Another episode, kind of isolated in the bag. Thank you guys. See you next time.
Slow it down.